Hello and welcome back, and welcome to your lesson on breaks in Microsoft Word. And we're just going to kind of get right to it because these videos are getting longer and longer and longer. So in your directions, and I'm going to go ahead and kill the web page or the webcam. In your directions, your learning goal for this particular lesson is that you'll be able to use breaks in Microsoft Word. In the long run, your objective is that you're going to edit a practice document and insert page breaks, column breaks, and continuous section breaks. All right, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hold Control on your keyboard and go ahead and click on the practice document to open this thing up. And let's go ahead and look at our document called Breaks Practice. And here it is. At the very top, we know we're at the right document because it says Word Breaks Practice. And if you scroll through this, it's actually kind of a long document. It's 8 pages long. There's a couple charts, couple tables. Everything kind of looks like it's a mess, and you can guess we're going to use breaks to fix it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our directions here. It says place the insertion point where you want to create the page break. In our example, we'll place it at the beginning of the heading monthly revenue. All right, so these are headings right here, and if you didn't know that this was a heading right here, go ahead and click on it, and in the Home tab, you can look at the styles, and it's actually been set to heading 1. The cool thing about headings is that everything in this document that's set to a heading will actually auto-populate if you were to insert a table of contents, and I think I can do that right here. Let me try to press enter and insert a table of contents here. Under the Reference tab, you'll see table of contents, and I can just do like automatic table 1. Yeah, see that? It automatically pulls everything that's set up as a heading, everything that's set up to heading 1 and heading 2, and puts it in your table of contents, all right? Which will be a good thing to actually do later. All right, so let's find monthly revenue. And it probably looks like it needs to, yeah, see? Monthly revenue is kind of hanging out at the bottom of, what page am I clicked on here? Page 4. And what I need to do is just kind of send it to the next page. So under the Insert tab, you'll see basic page break options right here. You can do a page break, and you can insert a blank page or a cover page. But page breaks in general are under the Layout tab. And if you click the Breaks drop down, you'll see that we have all kinds of different breaks that we're going to go through in this lesson. For this one, we just want to go ahead and hit page break beside the word monthly revenue, all right, and see how monthly revenue has now jumped down to its own page. All right. Control Enter. Yep. Place cursor in front of the and use a continuous section break. Place your cursor in front of the list above and insert a continuous section break. So of the list above, right here on page 6. And insert a continuous section break. So what this is going to do, so this has this is set to 2 columns right here. And if you can't see that with the ruler here, you can kind of, if you can look up here and see that this is 1 column and this is another column over here, and it ends with Wakanda Middle School. I know, Wakanda. I'm going to click in front of the word of. And under the Layout tab, I'm going to insert what's called a continuous section break. And what that does is it isolates everything before my cursor for separate formatting, I guess is one way to describe it. So it keeps it from being part of the 2 columns that my bulleted list is part of. All right. And now that that is set up to 1 column, I bet, or set up to a new page break, we have to go ahead and set it up to 1 column. So under the Home tab, under the Layout tab, we're going to go to the columns and we're going to say 1. All right. Home tab, columns is PowerPoint. Just, it's kind of confusing, Microsoft. All right. On the Home tab, click the Show Hide command. All right, the hard part about breaks is that they're invisible, right? You can't see them. So if you go to the Home tab and click on this little thing right here that says Show Hide, it looks like a paragraph mark, you'll actually get to see all of your breaks. So there's a section break right here that looks like it's separating everything below the word New Clients into 2 columns. and there's a column break right here. You can kind of see what's going on here if you turn on the show hide command as far as formatting goes. And you can see where all the page breaks are in your document, all right? It says delete the page break on page 2. So we're going to scroll up to page 2. And we're going to go ahead and delete this page break. And it brings up the paragraph that was on page 3 to page 2. Scroll to the revenue projections section near the end of the document and remove the page break after the quarter 2 projections by client chart. Is that it right there? No, that's updated chain of command. Scroll to the revenue projections section near the end of the document. Oh, it's right there. Revenue projections. And it says it wants us to delete this page break right here. All right, and bring up the summary section. Hit backspace one more time. All right. Place your cursor at the beginning of the header web app projections. Okay. Insert a next page section break. So because it does kind of look like it's breaking apart the chart into 2 pages, we're just going to send all this stuff down to the next page. So we're going to go to breaks and we're going to say next page. And just like we did in the paragraph above, we're going to go to the column section and now we're going to set it to 1 column. And look how much better that looks now. So much better. All right. Change the color of the smart art on page 3. Yeah, we did that. Okay. Just making sure we did number 12. Change the color of the smart art on page 3 to colorful accent 4 to 5. So page 3, smart art, right here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the border of the smart art to make sure that I select all of the smart art. And I'm going to go to the Smart Art Design tab and I'm going to say Change Colors. All right, make sure that you're scrolled all the way up over here. And in the colorful range, you're going to say Colorful 4 to 5, which is this one right here. Oh no, it's 5 to 6. My bad. 5 to 6. This one. All right. And set the style to a moderate effect. All right, and under styles here, one of these is going to say moderate. It's right there. All right. On page 5, change the bullets to a green star symbol. So on page 5, there's a bulleted list here. And what we want to do is click the drop down next to the bullets and say define new bullet. And we're going to go to the symbols group first, and we're going to find the star. I've recently used it, so it's right here. You'll probably have really good luck if you look under the symbols group to look for the star, but you're going to have to do some scrolling. You can also look under wingdings. So I'm going to select my star and select OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to font and change my color of my star to just basic green and say OK. Just like that. Looks much better. On page 6, move the legend to the right of the chart. All right. On page 6, we have a chart here with a legend, and I'm just going to click the plus arrow right here and then hover over the arrow that says legend and then click it. And then I'm going to say top. And what I just did was I moved the legend from the bottom to the top. But it wants it on the right. I knew that. I was just testing you. I was making sure that you guys were actually paying attention. So I'm going to hover over the arrow in legend, then click it, and then say right. There we go. That's where it wants the legend. All right, change the chart type to a 3D line chart. Change the chart type. So chart tools design, and we're going to say change chart type to a 3D line chart. Ooh, now I really can't read it. That's awesome. Scroll up to page 1 and insert a table of contents under the date January 2016. All right, that's easy. So again, it's going to take all of our headings. Under the reference tab, you'll see table of contents all the way to the right, and there's a couple different options for table of contents. I don't care which one you pick between 1 and 2. I'm just going to pick 1, and you see that it basically picked all of my headings and gave them their own table of contents. If you hold Control and hover over them, you can now click on them because they are hyperlinked. So I can just click on Clients Overview and it'll jump me to that section of my page called Clients Overview. All right. So if you scroll through your document now, it looks much more orderly and organized than it did when we first got our hands on it. That's pretty much what page breaks do for you. It helps you organize your document without you pressing the enter key and just kind of creating a big hot mess in your document. All right. So I hope you guys did like this lesson. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. And of course, stay tuned for your next lesson. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.